Okie dokie then. Hello, how are you? Back. So I didn't actually want to
Oops.
do
Nope.
that.
Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out. Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could
I
have
know.
never anticipated. It's
Exactly.
that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an
Yeah.
incisive rapid fire of critical plot points,
I
one
know.
after the other, weaving
That's
a
the.
rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
I get it.
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
You have a seat. Okay, well, I guess I'm going back down.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Hey, what if I go back up?
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator.
Yeah,
I can't
obviously.
even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time?
I
The
know.
suspense is killing me. Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
What?
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
That's crazy.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more
Oh,
time to
please.
process.
No! You know what? Might as well get some food while I'm at it. Might as well just get some food while I'm at it. Oh,
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality.
are you sure?
As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Okay. Good boy. Well, I don't like the way I said that. Okay, we're going back down.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator.
Yes.
How did I not anticipate it?
I don't know, you're
sure,
stupid.
now it's obvious,
Why-
but you
why
have
is
to
it so
understand
slow?
that 30 seconds ago,
Why is it
this
so
kind
slow?
of thing had never been attempted before.
Why is it
I had
so
no frame
slow?
of reference to even anticipate it.
Oh.
That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No comment is actually amazing.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator, but the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here. Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Come on, not a press conference. Oh, God. Well, shit.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door. All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Okay. Whatever you say, buddy. Yeah!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
This is the DLC, isn't it? Nope. Ah! It's so slow! Never mind, I was kidding. No, it's still slow. Well,
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Yeah.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Okay. Google.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await
Hey.
in the Stanley
Hey.
Parable.
No, please don't hurt me.
Ultra
Oh,
Deluxe.
thank God.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful.
Does
I'm
sound
very
delightful.
excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay. What's weird? Nothing important.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I wanna beg it now.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious.
No, I got patience from the other thing.
Let's see the content. Give me the
Shut up,
content,
narrator.
Stanley.
Thank you. That was mean. That's me. Jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump. Yes. Bummer. Well, that was fun while it lasted.
Is that it?
You know what?
Surely
that's
that's
enough.
not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Nah, that was good enough.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
It's even
just
slower.
elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Shut
if
up.
this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there.
Don't you dare.
I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley
Okay, that'd be
Parable
cool.
Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait.
Oh, okay.
There's more. Very good. Yes.
But wait.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever.
It's gonna say, like, there's nothing else. This is gonna be so funny, though. That's actually crazy. Yeah.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
I'll be
And don't
honest,
get me started on the
if
level
this
of
was all the
craftsmanship that's gone into
new
it.
content
In
was, I
fact,
feel like people would
I'm looking
still
right
pay,
now at the
like,
game's
$20 for
trophies,
this.
and it's
Because
hard
people
to
have
believe one of
no
them
idea.
actually says, "Test
stop.
trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
That's amazing.
I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold
Whoa,
them
whoa, 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 whoa,
personally
whoa, whoa, whoa,
accountable.
whoa. Calm down, calm
It's
down.
my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me,
Headbutt.
why don't we just reset the game?
Don't you dare,
And we'll
don't you
try
dare,
to
don't you
get
dare,
back
don't
to
you
what
dare,
the
don't
Stanley
you
Parable is
dare.
really about.
No,
No
no.
frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I don't like how your voice changed. Fuck. Pretty sure this is the one where he doesn't talk at all. Yeah, just go.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent!
No,
I
I'm
want
good.
to show you something!
Okay, what the fuck do you want to show me? Yeah, no, I'm not going down there. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. But you get my point.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine.
Nope.
You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Shut the fuck up. Okay, Okay, no more new content. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. Let's go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Oh,
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Not really.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh, I wish I could have pressed the button while I wasn't on it. I wonder what would have been there. If I go back. Can't. Yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't have patience.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Yeah, fuck you.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Wow. Oh, I hate them. Oh. Narrator! You know what?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I didn't.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live. Nope, still on board with death. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
I didn't mean to go
screens.
back here, though.
What
I
horrible
didn't.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Not really.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again...
Perfect.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Yes.
And Stanley was happy.
Huh. Sure, buddy. Sure, whatever you say.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Ah!
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste. And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
It's fun. Elevators are fun. Shit. Gay original.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
No,
The Stanley
not
Parable
GameSpot.
is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation, boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely
bad
popular
reviews.
online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years.
Yeah,
I can't even
because
imagine
you're
what's been
right.
collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
The individual paths themselves are also
I'm
not
trying
very
to be
fun.
funny.
Not offering. I'm
I'm
trying
trying
to
to be serious
freaking read.
without.
God damn.
I suppose I could write up a handful of
So
gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Sure. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
let's see what this one
but the
says.
idea for the game is good.
Well,
It becomes
the idea
very
for the game is
repetitive and
good.
boring fast.
For
Except
someone who
all
prefers
the alternate
non-linear
endings and game
games, preachiness
cameo
gets annoying
appearances.
fast.
This game is
Preachy?
thought-provoking,
Stanley, I'm not
but you will
preachy, am I?
get the idea.
You can
No,
tell me
no,
if I'm
don't you
preachy.
dare.
Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This
No
is actually
choice
quite shocking
in
for me.
games.
I always,
Thing
well, to be
over and
honest,
over
I
again
have
for
always thought
somebody
of
who
the game's
prefers
dialogue
non-linear
as being rather
games.
terse to begin with. You can't
It's
know how much
fast
fluff I cut from the
as
game to get it to
it's
feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did.
Or very
But maybe it
interesting.
wasn't.
It is that
Dear,
provoking.
what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people
Maybe you
down.
are.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Well, maybe you are a failure, but you know what? That's okay.
What's this one got to say?
I get that it's supposed to
You
be
constantly
a
have to stop doing
parable.
anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
I mean, that's
I
true.
wish there was a skip button.
Cookie 9.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm
Where?
truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal
Okay, you took too long.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
Oh, I feel bad. I genuinely feel bad.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you
Wait,
ever
what?
sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let
Well,
me
I have
describe
now.
it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret.
Well, cool. I don't know. There's something wrong about there being no noise. There's just something wrong. Bitch, please. I hate that. Let me go. 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 Let me go.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful...
I'm back. Well, I'm back, but he's gone again. I heard it drop. Well, that's certainly something, considering every single time it's longer, so this one's probably going to be like 100 years.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Yeah, that is what it says. Oh, well, that's a lot of water. Let's see how much water it really is. A lot! There's light. There's life. I think. It's hard to tell. There's life now. That's for sure. You know what? It's beautiful like this. You know what? How about I just... Green shot. Perfect. Fuck. It's all dead. Everything's dead. Nothing changed. Something definitely changed. Something definitely changed. Let me go! Oh, well. But I want to skip one last time. The world. Everything is gone. Everything is gone. There's nothing left. At all. It's beautiful though. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Wow.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Oh. I don't think he's okay.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you. You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, that is nice.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience built from the ground up. Why there are so many possibilities? It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Oh yeah, yeah. Woo! Sorry for yelling.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Sure.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be. Let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Merch is cool, but what I'm looking for is whatever. Ooh, what's over here? New features.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end. Pull up. Free trophy. Free new plus easy trophy. Hell yeah, I'm gonna go get the free trophy. Fuck yeah. It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel. to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
That was mean. Okay, Infinite Hole, I think, is next.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
What's over here? Is this the Infinite Hole?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Yeah.
Get Well Someday it is.
Fuck you.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Bucket? There's a bucket. I gotta go see the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair
Where's
in
the
those who played
bucket?
it. Well,
Me a bucket.
I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
Reassurance
It's
bucket.
the Stanley Parable
Yes.
Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it?
Bro, that was
The
an
glow of
evil ass
comfort,
laugh.
even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma
Thank you.
as well?
Thank you.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive
Thank
as a
you.
person.
That's really nice.
The
Wait,
benefits
is
of the
it?
bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Thank you. Parable 2.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Infinite Hole. It won't end. Okay. Well, it's not gonna end, then it won't end. You know, that's actually really good for me.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling.
Cool.
You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games. You see,
cool.
isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Oh no, what button is that?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From
there
one
it is.
perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Ah, my
Okay,
fucking
well,
legs!
good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Yeah,
What
maybe I
normal
am.
person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Me.
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put
No.
this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Bro.
Look,
Why would
things
you
got a
say
little
that?
heated there. I think we both said some things we
I
didn't
didn't
mean.
say
Why
anything.
don't we just put all
Well, I
this
did,
behind
but,
us
you
and
know.
agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
That's not
If that
possible.
works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just
Fine.
be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very
Nope.
Oh,
I'm going
for
right back
heaven-
down.
You see? I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
Wait, that's way
Oh.
sooner.
Did the hole seem even
Yeah, no,
shorter
like,
to you
like
this time?
most
I couldn't
definitely
help but
shorter.
feel like you spent a little less
Oh,
time in
I
there
spent a
than you
lot
did
less
before.
time.
I mean,
Yeah, what the fuck?
admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite.
Nah,
Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If
like,
you
this is a
decide
deep
you've had
hole,
enough
but
of
like,
the hole,
that's about
you
it.
can hit the teleport button and come join me
It really
up
wasn't
above.
that
Had
deep of a
enough?
hole.
I'm
Nope,
positively
not even
thrilled.
close.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
That's
Wow.
already.
Okay.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
very slightly
I'm
deep
starting
hole.
to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
No, yeah,
I
100%.
suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch.
I didn't mean to
Oh,
fall in, to be honest.
Who am
I
to
meant to
judge?
walk around.
You just do whatever it is you're
I
here to do.
don't wanna
and
be
hit the
here anymore.
teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I can't. Oh
Is
no,
the,
please.
teleport
I
button not
can't
working?
jump.
You sure?
Oh,
Well, I mean,
fuck.
I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago.
Oh,
Try it
go off
again.
the pocket, yeah.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
What could
I'm
it
out.
possibly be?
Goodbye, Stanley.
You
couldn't
bitch.
bear to be away from the
No,
hole, and
no.
now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you
Fuck
and the
you.
hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
We won't. So, how's your day? My day's actually been pretty okay, considering. I mean, the fuck? Well, if you were to talk, that would make everything a little bit more interesting. Or, if you did something. Or if you, let me out. That'd be really nice. That'd be, oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No, 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 please, let me continue seeing the door, please! No, 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 no! Oh, shit! No, my exit, fuck! Yeah, I've made a mistake, Shit! Nah, we're keeping this perspective. Or not. Yeah, we're keeping this. given this perspective. What the fuck?
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed
Oh
off,
God!
drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
I think I took
Because this
too
role
many
is
drugs.
just so darn fascinating
Let me out.
that I want you to be wide awake for every second of
No,
it. You
please.
don't want to miss a single bit.
God, let me
So
out.
how about if I just pop in from time
No.
to time and wake you up to keep you really
God, no,
truly
please.
focused on the whole?
Let me out.
From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole. And I'm looking forward to all of them.
Please.
Stay alert, Stanley.
Let me
I'll
out.
be back. Toodle-pip.
Oh, you monster. You bitch. Please.
Here we are. Go on.
I'm alive.
Try out some of the new features.
Alive. Alive. How am I alive? Okay. Well, I need a break. I need a break. This is the end of the video. Same VOD, but different video, just because it can only record an hour. So, you know, fuck. So peace. See you guys in the next Stanley Bearable, depending on when. Depends when. But you know.